Black Widow is loaded with Marvel Easter eggs, and this is your complete guide to the MCU's first movie in 2 years. BD here with your Black Widow Easter eggs breakdown video. Finally, the world has seen this Marvel movie. We're going to be pretty thorough here, so if you want to talk more, download our MCU podcast Phase Zero or hit me in the comment sections. But right now, we're jumping right in. Starting in 1995, young Natasha Romanoff is played by Ever Anderson, an Easter egg in itself, as she is the daughter of Resident Evil legends Mila Jovovich and Paul W.S. Anderson. Alexei is stealing info from the North Institute, a shield front which was secretly being run by Hydra infiltrators, and the tech allows for total mind control. This program operated in conjunction with Bucky's Winter Soldier project, but was literally technological mind control and not just brainwashing. The North Institute in comics is different. It was a hub for widows to track down and assassinate other Red Room trainees in a Black Widow comic run. Present day, Natasha is being hunted by General Ross, just as Tony Stark promised she would be in their last scene together from Captain America Civil War. Natasha asks Ross if this is his third triple bypass, referencing a heart surgery after Ross lectured the Avengers in Civil War, with a story that started with him having a heart attack on a golf course. Yelena is freed of her mind control by a character named Oksana, who she also happens to kill. This could be one of 3 Oksanas from the pages of Marvel Comics. Oksana Sistovich is a character who marries a different Alexei than Red Guardian in the form of Spider-Man villain Rhino and also gets killed by him. There is also Oksana Balanchenko, who trained Natasha as a ballerina prior to her recruitment to the KGB, and Oksana Davis, who has a cool last name, but also is a character associated with Ava Orlova, aka the Red Widow. Not that any of them seem super important to this story, but Oksana Davis seems like the most likely character to have been the one in this scene. Natasha is hiding out with Rick Mason aiding her. Rick Mason is a character who connects S.H.I.E.L.D. and other agents with supplies and secrets throughout the Marvel Comics universe. He does admit he has other contacts in the MCU, and in Comicbook.com's interview with O.T. Fagbenley, the actor said he wants to see Rick Mason work with Black Panther characters and Deadpool in future MCU installments.
I think Deadpool could probably do with a bit of help.
Natasha is watching Moonraker, a James Bond movie where the secret agent has to go to space to prevent a global genocide, which could be a reference to the Red Room floating in the atmosphere later in this movie, or Natasha going to space in Endgame to save the whole world. In the Budapest train station, there is a shop called Princess, which is the name of Wolverine's Madripoor bar in Marvel Comics. This, however, is a real-world location that just happened to exist already. We did see Princess Bar in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it's unlikely this is a thriving and expanding global bar business, and more likely this is just a coincidence with a real-world business that happened to be on the set. Natasha shows Yelena where her and Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye, hid out for 2 days, referencing the famous "You and I remember Budapest very differently" line from 2012's The Avengers. As it turns out, Natasha was still under a bit of mind control when she tried to kill Dreykov and, consequently, his daughter, which is why they remember it differently, but this ties up 2 of the Easter eggs Loki dropped in that first Avengers movie.
Can you wipe out that much red?
In jail, Alexei arm wrestles a man named Ursa and also calls him the Big Bear, which is a reference to Ursa Major, a big drunk bear who is a mutant member of the Winter Guard in Marvel Comics, with Alexei's Red Guardian. Later, Yelena calls Alexei Crimson Dynamo, which is also a reference to a Winter Guard character who is basically Russian Iron Man. In Comicbook.com's interview with David Arbor, the actor said he really wants to see all the Winter Guard characters come to the MCU, and I suggest checking that interview out. Alexei seems to really know Captain America, but told a story which was a lie because it was while Steve Rogers was frozen. We don't know how old Alexei is, so it's possible Steve Rogers had a run-in with the Red Guardian before Steve went onto the ice, but we've seen more super soldiers have had presences in the MCU than we first thought, like the recent introduction of Isaiah Bradley, so it's possible he ran into a different Captain America. In Melina's closet, we see the transformative face masks on Chargers. This is the tech we saw Natasha use in Captain America the Winter Soldier when she tricked Alexander Pierce, and it's used later in this movie to help infiltrate the Red Room. Natasha gets Dreykov to crack and reveal his secrets of how the Red Room is controlled by using an emotional front to make him think he is in control. This is the same tactic we saw her use in the Avengers when she got Loki to reveal his plan was to unleash the Hulk on the helicarrier. In both situations, she ends the interrogation by saying,
"Thank you for your cooperation."
Added bonus, that conversation in Avengers is where we hear Dreykov's daughter is the Red in Natasha's ledger, and this scene in Black Widow is where we learn Dreykov's daughter survived, only to become Taskmaster. Yelena drops in from the ceiling just like Natasha did in Iron Man 2, which is great because Iron Man 2 was Natasha's first movie, and Black Widow seems to be the passing of the baton with Yelena's first movie. Yelena gives Natasha her green vest, which is the green vest we saw Natasha wearing in Avengers Infinity War. Yelena names her dog Fanny, a reference to the Fanny Longbottom passport Mason got for Natasha earlier in the Black Widow movie. And in the post-credit scene, Valentina Allegra de Acosta shows up, already having worked with Yelena for some time, and sends her on a mission to kill Hawkeye, who she claims is responsible for Nat's death. This seems to be set up for Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers, as she already recruited John Walker in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And man, Hawkeye just looks really tired in that photo. What Easter eggs and references did you catch in Black Widow? Drop them in the comments section, rate the movie out of 10 to let us know you watched this video all the way till the end, and send me your thoughts on Instagram at BrandonDavisBD if you want to talk more. Subscribe to the Comicbook.com YouTube channel for more videos like this one, and check out our interviews with the Black Widow cast. I think you'll have a good time. I'm BD, I'll see you there.